Joining me today is Greg Godding, past Assistant Grand Master from Freemasons Queensland. Greg, welcome to Victoria. Greg, we in Victoria consider you as a membership champion. Can you give me some background into that?
Well, Bob, thanks for the welcome, and I'm sure that the reason that I've been invited to not only Victoria but the other jurisdictions is the fact that 6 years ago I was given a challenge in Queensland to do something about our dropping membership. And that came about because as much as we had a wonderful institution in Freemasonry, we were finding that we'd lost our way a little bit on how to sell the story of Freemasonry to those that we were trying to attract. I was given the role, and I would like to think that we had some success, and through our different associations of the different Grand Lodges around Australia and New Zealand, I've been asked to come to different jurisdictions, including yours, and I'm very pleased to be here.
Were you successful?
We've had mixed success, but overall we've been very successful. But like all new challenges, it's a work in process. In some lodges and in some of our districts, we've been very, very successful with the number of new candidates and the number of rejoins that we've had. But we certainly have got a long way to go, and I don't for one moment think that the hard work is all done. To do what we did, it needed a culture change. It needed to change the thinking of those that were there, and that's a 10-year process, and we're about 6 years into that 10 years.
Greg, we here affectionately call you the Billy Graham of Freemasonry. Why are you so passionate about it? Why is it Freemasonry so important to you?
Oh, Bob, the passion comes from the fact that I actually believe in it. I truly believe that what Freemasonry says is a wonderful way to live your life. I come from a Masonic family. My father was a Freemason, his father, and my grandfather, great-grandfathers. In fact, I've got 6 sons who are Freemasons, and they are 7th generation Freemasons. It is something that I truly believe in. Lived properly and done properly, Freemasonry is just a wonderful way to live your life, and it's a great way to resolve a lot of the problems of the world.
And in your opinion, what's the key to keeping our members engaged?
I think we need to honour the promises we make to them. I think sometimes we get people in and then we keep moving the goalposts. I'm a great believer that Freemasonry is a commitment of 4 hours once a month, and it stays at 4 hours once a month until such time as a man and his partner decides that he's got more time to commit. I believe that we should practice what we preach, in that the wonderful teachings of Freemasonry are a way to live your life, and I think if they're followed we would have very few problems in this world. So I think what we need to do is to continue to live by the ideals that are taught to us in Freemasonry, and by doing that I would think that we show a good example to those who are coming through.
And what in your view is the relevance of Freemasonry in today's society, particularly amongst younger people?
Well, I think the relevance in today's society is similar as it has been in all societies and through all ages. I think that there is a need for men to belong to something. It's probably that tribal instinct that men have. They want to belong to something that's of real value, something that's got some meaning, something that's got some worth about it. And I think that a lot of men have a void within them, especially when they get to a certain part in life where they have probably got some success behind them, but they find that there is something more, and they're looking for that something. And my experience is that Freemasonry fills that.
What do you consider are the benefits of Freemasonry?
I think we have got, within our teachings in Freemasonry, I think we can take a man and teach a man what it is to be a good man, and then give him the tools to how to live that life. As you're well aware, we have certain ceremonials, and those ceremonials teach men not only what it means to be a Freemason, but then teach him how to be a good Freemason. I'm a great believer that the ceremonies that were written hundreds of years ago are as relevant today as they are now, with teaching a man to be a good man, to be a good husband, to be a good father, to be a good community citizen, and just to make him a better man. By making him a better man, we make a better world, and that's what Freemasonry was started to do, to make a better world.
Over that journey, Greg, what do you consider some of the key highlights?
Well, without doubt, the key highlights is to see the success that has come not only in Queensland but throughout the jurisdictions. You know as well as I do that in Victoria there have been your lodges in your district that have followed better, or probably accepted more quickly and more readily the idea than others. Those lodges that do accept it thrive. There is just no doubt that it thrives, because it's such a simple recipe to making a lodge successful. So over 6 years I've had the opportunity to go in the first time, and plenty of times I had frowns across the audience, but to go back 2, 3, 4 times and to hear your lodge members and lodge members from all around the jurisdictions telling me the success that they have.
You've just mentioned wives and partners. What advice would you have for them?
I have the advice to a wife and partner that become interested. Understand what your husband, your partner, your boyfriend is going into. Ask questions, read all the literature that we give to him, because this is nothing secretive as far as what we're doing with your husband or your partner. We are trying to take him and put him in a grouping with good men, men of calibre, decent people, and hopefully the partners of those men who join will see that this is a good group of men. In fact, I think probably a lot of ladies, once they see what their husbands have joined, are thrilled to bits that their husbands have joined Freemasonry. So to the wives, to the partners, I would suggest ask questions, find out what you want to find out, and never be scared of it, because there's not a thing that you should fear out of Freemasonry.
Thank you very much for coming down today and speaking to our viewers on Freemasons, the Inside Story.
Bob, it's been my absolute pleasure. Thank you.